Well, Jerry, someone can get convicted of felony murder if they're found to have been liable when a death occurred while an eligible felony was also occurring that would have led to that person's death. Now, this is a ruling that potentially can lead to convictions even if the person did not kill anyone. But lawmakers were given 120 days to try to come up with some sort of solution to this legislative situation where the current law is unconstitutional. But a lot of people are wondering, what does this mean for people who are already serving those life sentences? Mandatory life sentences for second-degree murder may no longer be constitutional in Pennsylvania, but some attorneys say the state's highest court has not given much clarity for nearly 1,100 people already serving those punishments.
They're left in the air of what's going to happen to me next. They gave no mechanism whatsoever what's going to happen with those.
But the question of retroactivity is significant. There is no automatic look back to apply this ruling to people who are already serving life in prison sentences for second-degree murder.
House Judiciary Committee Chairman Tim Briggs has a bill that would propose an opportunity for parole for second-degree murder if someone has served 25 years of their sentence. But he acknowledged more conversations need to be had, especially as it pertains to those already serving a life sentence.
You know, how do we not? You know, it's unconstitutional. How are they going to continue to serve their sentence? We have to give them an opportunity to make their case, have their facts, their culpability reviewed.
Briggs' Republican counterpart agreed more time is needed to discuss the issue.
We can have a comprehensive solution that addresses the concerns of the victims, but also attempts to be compassionate looking forward for those who really weren't involved in these crimes.
Representative Rob Kaufman saying that he wants to hear more input from the Attorney General as well as district attorneys in Pennsylvania. Still, Briggs says that there needs to be some consideration in cases where somebody, for instance, could have been the getaway driver in a botched robbery but did not actually murder anyone, and whether or not they should still be serving a life sentence in those cases. Here in Harrisburg, Tom Lehman, WGAL News 8.